My wife Ponzi loves to remind me of the day that the iPhone was released, the first iPhone. I came out with, what was it, 20 reasons why I wasn't going to get an iPhone on the first day. I left myself an out there, you know, didn't say that I would never get one, or maybe I did. I don't know, it's been a while since I've watched that video. Well, you know that I've become an iPhone fanatic of sorts. I really have appreciated it, generally speaking. I mean, it's certainly had its share of shortcomings, and I've been quite vocal about those in my blog at chris.perillo.com. And I wanted to share this top 5 list with you. This was it's an iPhone-related list, but probably not an iPhone-related list that you've been used to hearing from me. From Lambzero, Lambzero, that's his handle. I'd imagine at geeks.perillo.com, and of course in the chat room at live.perillo.com, the chat room that's likely providing colorful commentary during the reading of this top 5 list. So Lambzero writes, I'm a bit of a digger, and that would be, dig.com, and I see Apple seems to be targeted with a lot of hate and anger for its iPhone and its App Store. I'm no fanboy, but I don't like all this hate, and I don't think it should be directed at Apple. There's someone else in control of our mobile life device. AT&T, I believe, is the other person to blame here. I think by person he means company. I have come up with top 5 reasons that it's not all Apple's fault in relation to iPhone issues. Number 1, MMS. Almost every Verizon customer can send picture messages and short video messages. MMS would be an easy way for Apple to implement on the iPhone as an app. It would also be data intensive considering the iPhone's resolution, at least for the camera and still photos, is 1600 by 1200. Number 2, tethering. Yes, Blackberries can do it, but AT&T wants you to pick up a $60 addition to your bill, and Apple already gets a portion of profits from the unlimited data charge. They would want a portion of the tether too, and they may have the right to. It's their device that is bringing in the customers, yet AT&T wants that $60 for themselves. NetShare was an app that was out for a few days, but it was taken down probably not because Apple cared, but because AT&T won't allow tethering on the phone. Apple would only be forced to remove it for the fact they would be breaking their contract with AT&T. Number 3, banned apps. Podcaster has been banned recently. It downloads podcasts directly to the phone without having to be tied to Wi-Fi. Downloading these podcasts are data intensive, and again, does AT&T want that much data going through their network? 4, videos. Well, why can't I just record videos and save them on the phone? The way the iPhone system works is all you'd be able to do is email those videos. This would increase the data usage, of course, on the iPhone if that was transferred that way. Number 5, more data. With every news article I read, it's 4 to 5 times based on apps dealing with data, or the iPhone doesn't have 1/5 of its firmware, which is getting better with time. And let me see if I can say that again. I'm going to keep reading, and hopefully he will have clarified his position throughout the paragraph. But the trend I'm noticing through each article is with each app, it uses some form of high amounts of data. People might say it's stupid to think that data is the reason when they have unlimited data from AT&T and they browse the web and check their emails. This is mostly text-based. Text doesn't use much data at all. I think what he's pretty much saying is that there's potentially a lot more data that can be pushed through with the amount of apps that get released, depending on what those apps might do. In fact, just the other day, I highlighted the upcoming, well, at least at this point in time, upcoming live video streaming service from Quick on the iPhone. That's QIK, which has currently only been available through jailbroken devices. He says, I have much hate for AT&T because they do nothing but give me a hard time. Apple, on the other hand, is always helpful in my experience. Apple could have chosen a different provider, but who else has 3G speeds across the nation with a big name? AT&T seemed to be their only choice. Well, certainly politics are at play, and I'm kind of in between here. Sometimes it's difficult to pinpoint the culprit for any particular problem. AT&T has said for any kind of 3G issues that it's the iPhone's fault, and Apple has said, no, it's the network's fault, and there have been independent studies. I can tell you this. I've had 3G devices on AT&T's network, and I was able to do live video streaming. I was able to do video recording and uploading. I was able to, complete a call without worrying that I was going to have that call dropped. And I've run into those issues with the iPhone to this point. Now, we're only on, as far as 3G is concerned, really the second or first revision of the firmware. So it's likely that as revisions continue, and as time continues, we will see more data-intensive services available. AT&T may loosen their reins, and certainly, if Apple decides to start using T-Mobile as an alternative provider for the iPhone, you're going to see a lot more services spring up, more competition with the iPhone. I mean, it's kind of odd, but people would switch for a phone. And I guess maybe that's not too odd. I switched to Verizon years ago for a Pocket PC, the VX 6000, if memory serves. I switched to Verizon for that phone, and that cost me $700. Yeah, I paid that much to have that particular phone. Was it worth it? Hindsight 2020, not so much. Certainly not in comparison to the iPhone. So when people are complaining about the iPhone prices, I'm like, dude, you have no idea how much bang you're getting for your buck. Certainly not perfect, but he points this out, and I think is pretty accurate in some of these assertions. Whether his facts or the facts as he presents them are 100% accurate, I believe that his suggestions are accurate. And I mean, there's certainly a lot more to look at here than just Apple. It's their device, but AT&T is currently the official network for the iPhone. I'd be interested in hearing your thoughts on this. I mean, certainly not everything is. I don't look at the iPhone through rose-tinted glasses. I'd be interested in your thoughts, positive or negative, in relation to the iPhone, or really how this world of wireless is shaping up, or how your world of wireless is shaping up. There are people out there who don't want the iPhone. There are people out there who do want the iPhone and can't for one reason or another. A lot of stories, and it just seems that's what's interesting to me, is that in just a short amount of time, we have now redefined the mobile industry as the iPhone or not the iPhone. That's the way it seems to me, and I'm not the only one who says that. It's kind of like if you were to say, like, oh, you need an MP3 player, it's the iPod or not the iPod. It's kind of the way it is, I guess. Anyway, you're also welcome to stop by and you drop your thoughts into your own blog or in the forums at geeks.perillo.com, a vibrant community of geeks. Go figure, that's why it's in the subdomain there. Geeks.perillo.com. You're also welcome to join us in the chat room if you would like to provide colorful commentary, because each little, well, not everyone gets their own color, but the people that come into chat, they get their own color. Well, I mean, they one person's handle becomes a color for the duration of their stay in the chat room when they stop by. So you can have your own color, but you'll likely share that color with somebody else, because there's only so many colors in the rainbow. We got hundreds of people in chat. Hundreds of people watching me stream this out live. Over 500 people this late at night. Unbelievable. According to my ticks clocks behind me. That's what they need for the iPhone, or they need to make a web-based app for the ticks clock. That's what we need on the iPhone. That's what I need, No, I don't. It'd be fun, though. Anyway, if you want to join us in chat, you're more than welcome to. I'm usually streaming live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and we are typically talking tech at live.perillo.com. We'll see you later.